Hello and welcome to Educo Motivation. In this video, you'll learn all about the law of rhythm, one of the 12 laws of the universe and the 11th in our series. You'll discover the cyclical nature of everything and why both good times and bad times present opportunities for success. This video will transform the way you view the world and cause a paradigm shift in your thinking. Keep up to date with our latest videos by hitting subscribe and turning on notifications. Please show your support by clicking like. So let's get started. The law of rhythm, one of the 12 laws of the universe, decrees that everything flows in natural cycles. Everything is moving to and fro, flowing in and out, swinging backward and forward. There is always a reaction to every action. When something advances, another thing retreats. When something rises, another thing falls. When the pendulum swings left, it must swing right. However, the scale of the swing to the right is equal to the measurement of the swing to the left. Nature continues to balance, fine-tune, and stabilize all its moving parts. Planets move in dependable orbits around their nearest star. Spring follows winter, night follows day. The exhale follows the inhale. The high tide follows the low tide. The law of rhythm is universal. This can be observed in the rising and setting of the sun and moon, ebb and flow of the tides, coming and going of the seasons, and in the rhythmic swing of consciousness and unconsciousness. So all of these natural rhythms establish seasons, cycles, stages of development, and patterns. Everything is cyclical, change is constant, and motion is perpetual. In life, you will experience highs and lows, yet you have the intellect to realize the lows are impermanent. They too will pass and give way to better times. Adopt the viewpoint that everything happens for a reason. Difficult times imbue your character with strength, resilience, fortitude, and power. This makes you a more competent person, a more formidable force to deal with future challenges. Everything has a reason. Everything you're going through is preparing you for what you asked for. No matter how difficult the situation, you always retain the free will to choose your thoughts. You either surrender to circumstances or be emboldened by them. Where you are right now is less important than the trajectory you're on. Even in difficult times, you can angle your attitude towards the heavens and look for the good in every situation. Let it build your character. Let it sharpen your conviction. Let it teach you lessons. Let it fuel your motivation. Dissatisfaction is a creative state. Remember, a rocket always starts in the dirt before it reaches the stars. Irrespective of what shows up in your life, don't fear it, don't curse it, don't reject it. In a universe where every effect has a cause, you need to accept it, agree to work with it, and ultimately fashion it into something that changes your life for the better. Change is unavoidable, so resistance is futile. Anything can be good or bad depending on the meaning you give it. And no matter how bad it gets, it is temporary, it will pass. You are not going to feel good all of the time. Feeling is conscious awareness of vibration. It is a side effect of thoughts held in mind. It comes from within, not from without. Yes, your circumstances can influence your feelings, but they don't have to. You always get to decide how you respond to any situation. If the situation is not going to last, then why suffer? Suffering is a choice. You could just as easily choose to be content. If you change the thought, you change the feeling. It's better to be indifferent during the bad times than miserable. Adopt the viewpoint that it is what it is. Nothing is really good or bad, but thinking makes it so. See it as a circumstance that is just passing on through. It's fleeting. It won't be long before it moves on and is replaced by something better. If, on the other hand, you let the bad times consume you, if you feel hopeless, depressed, and fearful, then these undesirable circumstances are protracted. As Emerson said, energy flows where attention goes. So if you give bad times more energy, you keep them alive for longer. Give them less energy, give them less attention, and the pendulum swings back no slower than it needs to. Of course, every day is a lifetime in miniature. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. It follows the natural cycle of the sun as it rises in the east and sets in the west. At any point during the day, you can experience conflict, negativity, and disharmony. Don't carry this baggage throughout the day. Set it down the minute you pick it up. If something bad happens at work, let it at work. Don't carry it home and give it to your spouse. Don't share negative energy. Hear no evil, see no evil, and speak no evil. Carrying it into the rest of your day infuses it with enough energy to get into your tomorrow. Nip it at the bud and let it rest in situ. As James Allen once postulated, circumstance does not make the man, it reveals him to himself. He further advised that your circumstances may be uncongenial, but they shall not long remain so if you but perceive an ideal and strive to achieve it. So the outer world of circumstance is shaped by the inner world of thought. It's a futile endeavor to revolt against an effect on the outside if you are preserving and nourishing its cause on the inside. When you take the attitude that you will work with any circumstance you are dealt, with the intent of shaping it into the outcome you seek, then you position yourself for success. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, so when you work with negative circumstances, you can transfigure it into a positive outcome. Always remember, your present circumstance is not your final outcome. Failure is not final. Failure doesn't mean no. Failure means not this way. Failure is nothing more than feedback. So if you're experiencing a down cycle, if you're expending tremendous energy and results are not going your way, then you have 3 options. 1, you can quit. 2, you can persist. 3, you can adapt. So option number 1 is you can quit. It has been said that winners never quit and quitters never win. The person that never quits can't be beat. It's as simple as that. Realize that there is an inevitable gestation period for every goal. You need to do the time to get the outcome you seek. You sow in one season, you reap in another season. You never sow and reap in the same season. So keep sowing good thoughts, good vibrations, good feelings, and good actions. Through the perpetual transmutation of energy and the law of rhythm, these seeds must bear fruit when the season comes. Option number 2 is you can persist. Persistence is an admirable trait. Napoleon Hill said that persistence is to the character of man as carbon is to steel. Fear, doubt, and worry will attack your position. If you keep going in spite of these emotions, even the universe will give way. This is the natural rhythm of things. Take Napoleon Bonaparte's advice when he said, "I see only my objective, the obstacles must give way." Option number 3 is you can adapt. Refusing to quit and persisting indefinitely are powerful traits, but it may well be that the course you chartered is not the right one. If your results are not commensurate with the level of energy expended and excessive timelines have passed, then it might be time to chart a different course or choose a different goal. The law of rhythm teaches us to accept all phases of life with a new perspective, to be more understanding, more compassionate, more grateful, accept the inevitable, and be more willing to go with the flow, swim with the current, and never resist natural laws. Remember, everything is cyclical, change is constant, and motion is perpetual. Our universe is pure energy. This energy flows, shifts, transforms, vibrates, and transmutes in perpetuity. You are an intricate part of this complex system, inseparable from the rhythm, and so along for the ride. Embrace it, enjoy it, and see it for what it is. You are having a human experience, and the law of rhythm ensures you get the full spectrum of what life has to offer. Keep up to date with our latest videos by hitting subscribe and turning on notifications. Please show your support by clicking like. Be sure to click the next video on your screen right now. This features the next law in our series, the law of gender. You'll discover why, irrespective of your gender, you must leverage both masculine and feminine energy to succeed. This video is a real eye-opener, so don't miss it.